What is going on, everybody? So today I am making a couple end tables, or I guess not end tables, but nightstands for our bedroom. So I have these chunks of, I think they're maple, live edge. They are the end cuts, or the, not end cuts, but the end cut off of a bar top that we did for my dad's house. I maybe have a picture of that. I didn't get to film any of it, unfortunately. If I have a picture, I'll put it up here. Anyway, so I have these two pieces that are fairly square now, and I'm going to build a base. I have some 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch angle iron, and some old, you can't see it, you'll see it eventually. They are 1/2 inch square tubing that are bent, and they're for decorative railing, I believe. We got them years ago. So I'm gonna chop those up and weld a metal stand, hopefully, and get these tops epoxied. There are some cracks and such. This one especially. It has quite a few cracks on the edge here. I doubt you can see that. But before I get these tops sanded, they were ran through a drum sander. They are flat, but they're still rough. I think there was about 100 grit belt. So I want to fill all these little cracks with super glue, because epoxy is an absolute nightmare with these little cracks. They constantly bubble, and you have to babysit it for 8 hours to make sure that there aren't any bubbles in there, and I don't have that kind of time. So we will, I think I'll probably start cutting and welding the base, and we'll get to it. As you can tell, this thing is way bigger, and it doesn't have the nice, this iron in there. I struggled trying to get this thing square and straight. It didn't work. So instead, I got some 3/8 rebar welded in, and it's welded in pretty solid. I'm going to take the torch and heat the middle of this and see if I can twist it and turn it down. I hope you can hear over top of this all the hail that's going on and the rain. It's raining extremely hard out. Well, now it looks like it's snowing just about. There's so much hail on the ground. This is insane. We haven't had hail like this in a long time. But we'll get the torch going and see if I can twist this thing and make something cool out of it. It's flat. Try some stuff. I'll be back. Alright guys, there's the cracks that I've filled with the super glue. So hopefully when we go to pour epoxy on this after I get it sanded, we won't have any major bubbles coming up. Oh. Alright, just got a block. And this is 220. We'll see how well it takes the glue down. And this whole thing needs sanded. I think the belt we used to flatten these was either an 80 or 100 grit. So there's some fairly deep sanding marks that we need to get out. So we'll get to it. Okay, that's working pretty well. I'm not gonna make you sit through all of that. So I will get this one sanded up and the other one sanded up, and we'll come back and hopefully get some epoxy on these tonight. Alright, so I have both of these sanded to about 400. This is the epoxy I'm going to be using. It's Amazing Clear Cast. I think it's made by Lumelite. You can pick this stuff up at, where'd I get this? Hobby Lobby. I think Michael's has it as well. I'm sure Amazon has it. If they do, I'll maybe throw a link in the description. This stuff's fairly reasonable compared to a lot of the stuff I've seen online. So, equal parts of A and B. I think I'm going to do about 16 ounces. Should be enough to get both of these, hopefully. So we'll get to mixing. So I guess I should explain the $50 that this is costing in material. This clear cast I think is about $100, and we've used some of it, and it was opened already. There's barely $50 in this, maybe. These slabs came from a local guy who has a sawmill. If you have somebody local that you can, we found him on Facebook. They're a great resource for live edge slabs. This slab originally, I want to say it was around 7 feet long, and I believe we paid $110 for the whole slab. So the other 5 feet or so is in the bar of my dad's house. So this is just what's left over. And the bases, if you can weld, you probably have some scrap steel laying around that you can make a cool base out of. But otherwise, it would be really simple to do a nice easy base with some scrap wood you got lying around and make a really cheap and hopefully gorgeous looking nightstands, coffee table, whatever. So something with this resin in particular. You want to scrape your sides really, really well, and especially the bottom. And when you're pouring it, don't be scraping the edges of your whatever you're mixing in. Pour out what you pour out and call that good. I had an incident. I did a penny floor for my bathroom in my old house, and scraped the jar, dumped it out, and ended up with a tacky spot about yay big that I had to sand out and re-pour on top of. So don't do that. Just stick with what you've got. So there we go. I forgot to get a brush though. I'll be back. Also, chip brush is not the best to use with this, but it is what I have at the moment, so that's what we're going with. Well, it looks like 16 ounces was really close. Got 2-ish ounces left in there. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the heat gun and we'll start knocking bubbles down. Hopefully this thing looks great. Okay, I cannot find my heat gun, so we are gonna try this with propane anyway. It should work just fine, but just more of a pain, I think, than using a heat gun, or even a hair dryer works really well. But there, that's helping. Oh, got a hair in that one. I need to get out. Sorry if the camera work is absolutely terrible right now. I struggle doing this, so I'm sorry. Alright. Oh, there we go. Hopefully these look good in the morning. I don't see any bubbles that are constantly rising to the top, so I need to pull. I don't know if you can see that little hair there or not, right in there, but I need to pull that out. And these need to sit in a dust-free environment for 8 hours. So we'll come back in the morning and see how it looks. Oh, can't see my head. Okay. I'm done with the metal base. So I went out, I've got, this is hackberry. The bark is hard as a rock on this stuff, and I think that the colors of the bark will go good with that. So I'm gonna get these flattened out and at the same height, and we will use these for our legs instead. I think this will look really nice. Probably not as good as what I had in my head for a metal base, but this will look very nice as well. So we'll get these cut up and see if we can attach those tops to them. So after a few trial and errors, I don't know what you can see around me, didn't look real close, but there's a few chunks of wood that I have laying here trying to get these flat. I don't have any equipment that's big enough to cut these large pieces besides a chainsaw. So, but I got them. They're a little bit shorter than I think I want them to be, but they should work for now. So I'm gonna get these screwed on, and maybe later down the road we'll, I don't know, see if I can build something cool out of steel again when I've got some more time. We're getting really busy at work and stuff, so these kind of take a back burner projects like this. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. See you on the next one.